Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. Ours is a place where dreams take flight, voices are heard, and stories are shared. This is where cultures meet, connections are formed, and ideas are transformed into action. This is your destination for authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations. We're where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover our world of education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our USA Global TV channel and download our USA Global TV app. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. With heartfelt thanks to our executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, music scored by Yifei Tang from Cloud Road Music, creative direction by Paul Garcia, and I'm Al Cini, and I'm very proud to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio family. So join us here at USA Global TV and Radio. Make us your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Thank you for being a part of our global community. Let's inspire together.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Our show today is A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. Our topic today, family time or camera time, the real holiday conflict. I'm looking forward to this topic because this is very much what happens in our home and anytime that we're out and about with friends and family. So I'm really looking forward to exploring this topic. I'm Caroline Heward. I'm absolutely thrilled and honoured to be representing Dr. Jacqueline as your host for USA Global TV and Radio's flagship show, A Woman's Prerogative. I'm the resident therapist for the channel and have been for 4.5 years. And a warm welcome to our loyal viewers and our friends at E360 TV. And all of our friends on our usual social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. I am joined by our wonderful full-time panelist all the way from Canada. She tells me it's just as cold, maybe colder in Canada than it is in the UK, because we're now in our winter time. She's all the way from Canada, Reverend Lydia Fougeres. She is a TV presenter and she has her own show, which she broadcasts twice a month, which is all in French. She's a country partner. There we go. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacqueline. I can't actually understand what this says because I need translation, but it's all in French. So that's twice a month. She's also an author, bilingual self-help books. She's a registered nurse, holistic nurse. She is an intuitive and spiritual healer. She invented something called Miracle Mist, which is patent pending. I'm sure she'll share some things about that. She is an advocate for free rights. Let's welcome the wonderful Reverend Lydia Fougeres from Canada.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
It's nice to be with you. Thank you.
It's always my pleasure to share this platform with you, Reverend Lydia, always. Please do share with our viewers a little bit about what you do and the value that you bring.
Well, what I do is that I celebrate weddings here in the province of Quebec in Canada. I'm a metaphysic reverend. I am also an author, so I do programs starting from my books, self-help books. I am a spiritual teacher, so I work on personal transformation, introspection, mindfulness, clarity. I invite my students, I would call them my students, to actually see life through a lot more curiosity and clarity and sense of sacred connection. I also invented the Miracle Mist, which is actually a mist that elevates vibrations. It is to actually clear sacred spaces. So if someone wants to do a ritual, they actually use the Miracle Mist, which is sold on Etsy and on my website also. There is also, I am, as you said, country manager for this wonderful station, TV and radio. So they can join me at my email or my phone number, 1514-158-26882. So that is pretty much what I am doing lately. I am on my third book, and it will be out maybe in 2 months. Thank you.
Wow, congratulations, Reverend Lydia. You're flying high. Thank you very much. So for me, I'm known as the Harley Street Stress Expert. I was practicing in Harley Street for 17 years. And I'm also a speaker, a co-author. I have a chapter in the book of Dr. Jacqueline's, From Adversity to I can't think of what it is now. Adversity, right? It's gone. But I've got a chapter in her first book that she's written, so a co-author. I also do lunch and learn events online and face to face, and I speak at events online and face to face. I'm also a chakra reader, so I'm now promoting 15 minutes because it's Black Friday. 15-minute chakra readings for £20 or 30-minute readings for £35. So I will put a link in the underneath in my Facebook and my LinkedIn profiles in the comments where you can book in and have a 15-minute or a half an hour reading, chakra reading. And I also am a Talking Heads expert, one of 5 talking heads on the channel, and I've been doing that for, I think probably about 3 or 4 years now, but it's been a long time. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacqueline, for the whizzy effects behind the scenes. I'm one of 5, and I have my Talking Heads expert show on Thursday. It's once a month, which is on Thanksgiving Day. I'm very privileged. I feel very privileged to be doing the show on that day because I'm going to be looking at the things that don't go well and how you can manage yourself, just like today's show. Well, that's all from me. Let's move into the topic. Family time or camera time, the real holiday conflict. The holidays, they're painted as a season of joy and connection. They're picture perfect moments, and many of us stop living those moments and we started performing them. Instead of looking into each other's eyes, we look into the camera lens. We're told that happiness, excuse me, we're told that happiness must capture, share, and we must prove, rather than something we feel quietly, deeply, and in the present moment. Beneath the sparkle, not everything is harmonious, as the photos suggest. Family tensions, old wounds, emotional expectations don't disappear just because the calendar says it's time to be festive. Often surface more intensely as we are truly connecting, or are we just disconnecting? Are we spending family time or camera time? What are we losing in our attempt to make the moment look perfect? I'm going to go through a number of very provocative questions because there is this thing about we have to, it's almost like, especially with the younger generation in particular, the Millennium generation, Generation Alpha and Generation Z, they're very much with their phones and taking pictures, recording everything, which pushes their parents and their grandparents to smile into the lens for the camera. So, Reverend Lydia, my first question is a bit provocative. Has social media turned holidays into a competition for who looks the happiest? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it did not turn it into a competition. It turned it into a circus.
I'm in agreement with you.
It's a it has become a circus now. So the thing is that, some people, they're going through something very terrible, and then a grandchild comes up with the camera and just like, oh yeah, grandma, smile, whatever. So the thing is that you smile to everyone, or they come up with something ridiculous and you have to act up. So I do think that it is a circus, and it has to, people have to actually say, no, I do not want to be filmed. I do not want to be in front of your camera. So I refuse. So do not film me. Thank you. And that is the way I feel.
Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia. I'm so in agreement. And at the same time, there is this huge pull to be wearing the party hats, to be having these big grins. What do you think about pictures of your food that you're just about to eat? Hold on, wait for the camera. We're going to take a picture of our plates of food. What are your feelings about that? And I'm going to say feelings rather than thoughts.
My feelings. Oh, I think it's okay, because I do think it's okay, because the thought to me, I feel it's fine, because it's a neutral it's something neutral. It's food. So actually, food says a lot about people. Actually, when you think about it, it says a lot about people. So what they eat is what they are. So when you see a plate, you understand a lot about a person, about a group. So when you see a table setting, you understand a lot about the dynamic of a group, of a family, of an environment. So I see a lot of things in a plate. I see a lot of things in a plate. So for me, it is interesting, because it makes me understand a lot about the people surrounding that are going to enjoy that meal.
That's a really good perspective. I have a different perspective because my family, I have brothers that are very big eaters. So the plates are piled high. And then there's my plate that's actually, it's still full, but it's much smaller. And when we're plating everything, when my mum was helping me plate the Christmas meals, she would say, "Oh, that's not enough. I'll put some more on." you know, and it's very disconcerting because I don't like to waste anything, and at the same time, there is a family tradition of it's okay if you don't eat it all as long as you've had enough. But my feeling on photographs of food, it feels to me a very personal thing, and I prefer to just eat. I did take a picture of the goose that I cooked, whole, with its homemade stuffing, and that looked very spectacular. And so I shared it with a few friends, private messenger, but it did look quite spectacular. so I have done one. Why do we record everything? Because deep down, I wonder whether we fear our memories and our relationships are not strong enough to stand on their own. What are your thoughts about that?
I think you are absolutely right, because everything is so fragile nowadays, because situations happen. There are so much problems in society that actually any kind of discussion can actually disrupt the entire family. So people record, because the moment is so fragile, it could be destroyed in a fraction of a second, just on one sentence or one act. So it is very important to record, because it proves that at one point we were a group, we were a family, and then everything disappeared. But at one point we got along. So something changed, but at one point we were all one. That is the way I see things.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. The word that came to mind when you said that, it's a freeze frame. It's a moment that you capture. We seem to have this obsession with capturing the moments that we almost forget to be connected in that meal or that gathering. And I wonder whether the obsession with capturing the moments actually is a form of emotional disconnection. My feeling is that when we are smiling and gathering and sorting out the positioning for the camera moment, are we really connecting in that moment? Or is it to a performance for an external person, our social media profile, for people to say, oh, they're all together, they're a really nice family? What are your thoughts about that?
It is depending. It's really depending on how things happen. When I actually film something, I do not tell people I am filming. That is all. I do not tell people I am filming. So I am capturing the moment. I am not doing that because I want everything to be natural. So that is the way I feel. So I want things to be natural. But there is something that actually some people say, smile, do this, do that. This is absolutely ridiculous because it actually, ruins the entire moment because people have to act. So we're not actors. Actually, we're families. We're families, we're friends, we're in a get together. So we're not actors. We're not paid for that. So that is what we should do. We should actually omit the instruction deal. And if we want to film something, we do it. And we do it for a very short moment also. We don't go around and do a film after 4 minutes. We just take 20 seconds, 30 seconds. That
would
is,
be hard work.
Yeah, don't empty your phone on that.
That would be very difficult if we had to film for 4 minutes. I always say to people, I'm not a model and I don't like posing with this smile. And if somebody captures me in a moment that I don't know, they are sometimes some of the best pictures that have been taken of me. But if I have to smile, I don't know how to smile. I just find it really difficult. But our younger generations, everything is so recorded that all of their life is very documented. And I just wonder how they're feeling in terms of when something's not recorded, not documented. Does it mean that they didn't have Thanksgiving? Does it mean that they didn't do a celebration? I don't think so. But my feeling is, and one of the things I want to share, because it is a funny share, is that when somebody says smile, I say sausage rolls, because when you say sausage rolls, it makes your mouth move and it almost makes you smile. And saying sausage rolls sometimes makes people smile. And that's where you get, I feel, a bit more of an authentic smile. I hope that you like that share. We are now at the point of our commercial break. Please do come back if you're here on the live or the replay. Please do come back while we will continue exploring family time or camera time, the real holiday conflict. And the next question that I'm going to ask is, are we addicted to the idea of a perfect holiday because we can't accept reality or our families? So a nice, real juicy question to come back to. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia, for your insightful shares. And we look forward to seeing you after our short commercial break.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram-Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to TracyCranPerkins.com. Tracy Cran Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Hello and welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio, A Woman's Prerogative, in partnership with E360 TV. We have been exploring, myself and Reverend Lydia, all the way from Canada, a really, really fascinating topic: family time or camera time, the real holiday conflict. And I left Reverend Lydia contemplating a question which many of us have to ponder on. Are we addicted to the idea of a perfect holiday because we can't accept the reality of our families? What are your thoughts on that, Reverend Lydia?
We are completely addicted to having a perfect holiday. And yes, we are. And the thing is that, when we are addicted to it, we will go to any length to have a perfect holiday. So sometimes a perfect holiday means that you are away from your family. A perfect holiday means you go somewhere else. A perfect holiday has to be perfect. That is it. But it does not have to include people you do not want to be with. That is the point of being perfect. And I think it should be perfect. That is my view. So
Thank you, Reverend
that is the
Lydia.
way I see it.
Thank you. And I think TV and social media, they put such an emphasis on how the table should look, how the family should look, the Christmas jumpers. There's a whole set of paraphernalia that social media and TV make us think that that's what it should be. I just feel that, personally, we're so far removed for what Christmas is all about from a Christian celebration. And I feel very much warmed to Thanksgiving because I know that Thanksgiving in America and Canada is like bigger than our Christmas. It's a huge, huge thing. It's like sort of Christmas Day and our Boxing Day rolled into one. It's a huge celebration. And I didn't realize how big that Thanksgiving was until I was dating an American guy. And he didn't even know what Boxing Day was, which is the day after the Christmas Day in England. But one of the feelings that I have is that in the presence, in the giving of presents and the giving of gifts and things that we share, we almost are fixed in the paraphernalia surrounding it and not in the being present and all the paraphernalia of the preparation, that I feel we sometimes almost miss the being in the experience of the celebration. Do you have any thoughts on that, Reverend Lydia?
Yes, because the preparing the celebration, to me, is part of the perfection of the act. It is part of it. And it is not about the group or about the entire thing. It's about happiness. It's not about the presents. It is really about the entire atmosphere that you have preparing the holiday, preparing Christmas. It is, I'm crazy for Christmas to start with. So it's not about, I'm not crazy for the presents. I am crazy for Christmas because I am a Christian. So that is the way I see it. So the entire celebration to me is extraordinary. And I do think that it is the preparation as itself that actually makes people happy because it brings people together.
I'm so in agreement with you. I'm nodding there and really in agreement with you because I'm having conversations with my mum and one of my brothers to look at who does what. My brother wants to do the roast potatoes, which I normally do. I do the goose and the prawn cocktail for a starter, and we're discussing the shopping list. And we've been doing this now for a number of weeks, and this has been since probably October, early November. We've really been discussing the meal that's going to happen on the 25th and 26th of December, which sounds crazy, but there is almost a built-up feeling of it's got to be special, it's got to be good, and I'm searching to make sure, because you can't order a goose until sort of early December, because you just can't get them, and so you can't just go into a supermarket and buy them, and so it's fascinating that we're already having a build-up, and I feel that build-up can sometimes create some stress and anxiety about how it should look. And do we get everything for the right prices? And the prices go up at that sort of time. And I just feel that there is a looking forward to, and there's also an anxiety of, will everything turn out on the day? Will we all be okay? Because families press each other's buttons, don't they? And there's no getting away from it. Our family does that. And I just wonder what your thoughts about when families press buttons in amongst the photo taking, because that's almost given a false impression. But when families members press buttons, how do you personally suggest that a family member handles it? What's your guidance or your thoughts in terms of when somebody's going to press your buttons and they're going to bring up a topic that is going to cause a challenge? What are your thoughts and recommendations of how to handle that?
Be patient. Actually, someone actually pushed my boyfriend, the person I was dating for 10 years. He is a person very against pictures, and a cousin of mine took a picture of him and posted it on Facebook. Can you imagine the drama? So actually, I had to call my cousin. I had to ask him to take the picture off Facebook, so on and so forth. My cousin did not understand what all that privacy was about. And he really was not into the generation that understands privacy. So we have to be patient. We have to try to be understanding. We have to understand their point of view also, because I understood the man I was dating, but I also understood my cousin that was so happy to see me and see me with someone, because I'm a person that does not really bring people home. And that is the way it was. So we have to be patient, we have to be logical, and we have to stay calm. Whatever the position, whatever the situation, we have to stay calm and be understanding. That is what we have to do.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. Some wise words there. Now, I've got a situation for you. What about if we banned phones? If we said no phones during our gathering, maybe just for the first 10 minutes before we all sit down? What are your thoughts about that? And would you think that there may be closer and better connection than there would be if the phones were out and the pictures were taken?
I am all for this, actually, because I know two families that when they go to their grandfather's place, actually, he's got some kind of a rack, and everyone has to put their phones in the rack. And when they leave, yeah, the phones are in the rack, and they have to turn off their phones. And when they leave, so there's like 24 phones, they have to put them in the racks. And when they leave, they take their phones. They're
I
not allowed
love
to
that
touch
idea.
their phones. So I do think that is a marvelous idea. And there are two families that I know do that. And I think it is extraordinary.
I love that. A phone rack. Right, viewers, are you listening to this? A phone rack. And it's just the same in corporate, because we now in this age where everybody's got a phone and they're checking their phones and checking messages, and we do. It's so easy, especially for our younger generations, to get distracted and not be present. They're great at giving the presence, the physical things, but not presence in terms of themselves. And I do think that that's an extraordinary thing to suggest, to put the phones to one side. So then we're almost forced to be with each other and to connect. And I feel that's where the magic is. But in corporate, I've seen when people go into meetings, they actually say, right, phone in this box, no phones in a meeting. And I think that's a great idea too, because we are in an age where we become so distracted. When I was growing up, the phone, it was plugged into the wall with a curly wire, and we didn't carry them. There is some great things about carrying mobile phones, and then there's some restrictions, especially when we are looking to be present. So is the pressure to be joyful during the holidays actually toxic? What are your thoughts on that?
It is. It is. It is really toxic, because when you do not feel joyful and you have to play joyful, it is toxic. Because during the holidays, do you know that the people, those are the times where the people are the most depressed, and they have to make believe they are happy. But the thing is that people do not see the big picture, and the highest rate of suicide is during the holidays. So
I'm so in agreement with you, Reverend Lydia, because I'm a stress expert, and I receive the most calls around the Christmas holidays and the bank holidays, and times, that there are big, like Easter, for instance, all the big holiday times. And I have to, and I do, take time out. I don't answer my phone. And I'm very good at saying, no, this is family time. Because I used to, when I first began doing this work, and I felt that I was just working all the time and not with my family. And I'd made efforts to travel and to be with them, but yet I was answering calls for people that were severely stressed and anxious and depressed. So yes, you're absolutely right. And I wonder what your thoughts are about, because we're talking about families and friendships and friends gathering, but what about the people that are alone at Christmas, at Thanksgiving? What are your thoughts about those people that are struggling?
I have a suggestion that people can say whatever they want about my suggestion, but why don't someone out there adopt a grandmother or a grandfather for Christmas? Go visit them for Christmas or for New Year's. So go into a random residence and ask if there's someone that is lonely, that has no visitors ever, and just give 2-3 hours of your time and go visit someone that wants to talk about their memories. That is it. There are no presents. You don't have to bring presents. All you have to do is that you adopt a grandmother or a grandfather for the holidays. And who knows, you might decide to go see them a lot more after. And they have so much to tell you. They have such wisdom. You might be surprised what you can learn from them.
Thank you so much, Reverend Lydia. That's a beautiful share, and something that I really feel would be wonderful to do. And I know after the Christmas holidays, I've usually spoken to friends that I thought were with family and they spent Christmas alone. And what about the people that don't celebrate Christmas? it's certainly in England, it's such a big thing in England that everything closes down. They almost have to come together for Christmas. And I've spoken to a number of people that don't celebrate Christmas. And they've said they don't celebrate Christmas, and at the same time, it's a day's holiday, 2 days holiday. And so they just spend it with their family, and they cook a really nice meal, and families come together. So they sort of get together anyway. It's just that they don't call it Christmas. And so we're talking about some Christian holidays. But Thanksgiving is coming up on the 27th in America. And what date was the Canadian Thanksgiving?
Oh, it's 3 weeks ago. Or, yeah, 3 weeks ago, I think. I don't remember the date. I'm sorry.
So it was different days, but I didn't
Yes.
realize. I remember you mentioned it, and I thought, wow, it's Thanksgiving, and you were here on a show, and I just thought that was really wonderful that you gave your presence on Thanksgiving. And remember, these opportunities, these special holidays that are coming up, are a time to be together, to be present. Well, we are at the end of our time, almost. I can't believe that show went so quickly. Please, Reverend Lydia, share how people can get in touch with you and the best way to reach you.
Okay. People can reach me by my phone number, 514-582-6882. They can reach me for healing, for self-healing. They can reach me also on my website, reverendlydiafougeres.com. I will help them because I also work like the marvelous Caroline with chakra alignment. We are pretty much similar, Caroline and I, So the thing is that we also, I work with programs that I do starting from my books, because my books are self-help books. So I do programs also. I also will bring people that want to have a show on USA Global TV and radio. If they want to have a show, I can also bring them to meet with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and they can discuss having a show with her, which is amazing because you become a host, you become a guest, you become you join a family actually. And there are my books that are 111 reflections for thy earth odyssey that are available on Amazon. They are on Ingram Spark, and they are on my website also. So you can get my books also, and my show. So everything is there. So you can get the mist and everything on my website and know more about me. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. And please do check out Reverend Lydia's books and her Miracle Mist and all the other wonderful things that she does. And do follow her shows, especially the ones in French. I'm not quite sure if they are translated. Are they translated, Reverend Lydia?
Not for the moment. They are. It is
So they're
written
in
in
French.
French under. Yes, it is written in French under, but it will be done. Dr. Jacqueline said it will be done. So it is just a matter of time.
Wonderful. Well, then I can watch them then and
Yes.
take advantage of your wonderful insights. Thank you very much,
Mhm.
Reverend Lydia. For me, I'm known as the Harley Street Stress Expert, and I'm also one of 5 Talking Heads expert presenters. My show on Thursday this week, which is on Thanksgiving Day, and I feel very privileged to do that show on Thanksgiving Day, and I will be looking at the family dramas, how to circumnavigate some of the family dramas, and how every narcissist will attract an empath in a family situation, as well as a friendship situation and a work situation, and how to overcome those challenges. It will be a very insightful show because this is the time that we all have to come together. How do we navigate around it? And you can reach me on No More Stress at live.co.uk, or reach out and call if you're international +44. If you're local, 07523 120 189. You can follow me on LinkedIn and Facebook and connect with me there. And I'm offering in a very, very crazy price, chakra readings, 15 minutes for £20, Great British pounds, and for a half an hour session over the phone or Zoom, it's £35 for 30 minutes. Please do reach out. I'm going to put in the comments underneath the postings on Facebook and LinkedIn the Black Friday offer. Please do take advantage of it, and I look forward to helping you through a chakra reading. And just in conclusion of family time or camera time, the real holiday conflict, we have a choice to be present in our lives rather than to perform. In the heart of the holiday experience, it isn't about the photos that we post. It's about the real connections and the real moments. And it's not about what the camera can capture, because the camera can't capture those moments of connection. Let go of perfection and show up authentically. We create memories that stay with us as long as the decorations are gone. Wisdom for those who struggle during the festive gatherings. You do not owe anybody a performance of happiness. Set boundaries, take breaks, and step outside and take a breath and breathe. Our real moments, one moment of connection, is worth more than 1,000 photographs. Your emotional experience is valid, even in a season marketed as joyful, even if you are struggling, especially if you are alone during these festive holidays. Presence is a gift to others. More importantly, it's a gift to yourself. Thank you very much for joining us. We have had pleasure in sharing our insights. Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia, for all of your amazing shares. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacqueline, for the whizzy effects behind the scenes. And we look forward to seeing you next week on Monday. It's already December next week. I believe it's the 1st of December next week, so not very far away. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been our pleasure to present these insights and these ideas. Please share them with others and have a happy holiday, or a holiday where you are more authentically present. And now over to our sponsors. Thank you very, very much for listening, whether you're on the live or the replay. And we look forward to seeing you next week, Monday, the 1st of December at 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye-bye for now.
Nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Horseshoe Farm has always been more than a destination. It's a living, breathing reflection of community, connection, and transformation. Once a humble family farmstead, it has evolved over the years to become a sanctuary for travelers, seekers, families, and friends alike. Originally reimagined by the Turchin family as an Airbnb property, the farm began its journey into hospitality with simple roots, welcoming guests to experience the beauty and peace of the sacred land. As word spread and the vision deepened, the property organically blossomed into a boutique resort, rooted in the values of slow living, intentional experiences, and the magic of gathering. Today, the Horseshoe Farm is a 90-acre experiential retreat that merges hospitality, wellness, and culinary excellence. It is home to the stable spa, the silo cookhouse, distinctive lodging options, and a curated calendar of events that nourish mind, body, and spirit. Our guest experience is designed to be both grounding and expansive, where the comforts of luxury meet with the simplicity of nature. At its core, the Horseshoe Farm is about transformation of land, of self, and of community. We are proud of where we've come from. We are confident in who we are today and excited for the road ahead. Hello, I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, also known as the Listening Mentor and President and Founder of USA Global TV and Radio. I had the opportunity, the pleasure of attending a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm just recently. I was so impressed with all of the opportunities that were presented to me in this glorious setting, as well as the highest level of customer service, that I've decided to put together a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina, United States of America, June 3rd through the 6th, 2026. You can expect to have a beautiful time of relaxation combined with learning, community, collaboration. Do consider joining me in this wonderful opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with others, and with nature. For more information, email me at drjacqueline@usaglobaltv.com.
In a noisy world, true connection begins with listening. Elevated listening transforms every conversation in just 5 simple steps. Pause and breathe. Set your intention. Listen with curiosity. Reflect back. Agree on one next step. Join the Listening Mentor on Let's Finally Talk with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the Listening Mentor, where we help you find inner peace, one conversation at a time. Streaming every day. Let's Finally Talk TV show with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, only here on USA Global TV and Radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channels to watch and engage with all our content.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.